What's going on, guys? T-Mart here, and welcome back to another episode of Black Ops 3 Jumps and Wall Run Spots. Here we go, guys. As you all can see in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the legendary map NUK3TOWN. It's back for the third time this year in Black Ops 3. As of the time I'm recording this video, it's only a pre-order bonus, but I'm assuming at some point they're going to open it up for everybody to be able to download. Just like they did back in Black Ops 2. But anyway, so yeah, NUK3TOWN is back. It's pretty much the same map that we all know and love. There are a few changes, like this has been added to block off this line of sight and stuff like that. But for the most part, it looks the same and plays the same, except for the fact that literally every surface on the map is wall runnable, except for a couple. These two things, these two flat areas there, are the only two places you can't wall run. Everything else, like even the sign right here, is wall runnable. So you got to keep that in mind, and really, like, if you play it like old school NUK3TOWN, boots on the ground the entire time, you're gonna get smoked. Like, you're gonna be at a huge disadvantage. But with what I'm gonna show you guys in this video, I will give you guys a bunch of little combos and you know, kind of like little tricks to do on this map to be able to flank the enemies, get around them, and just overall have an advantage over them. So anyway, first up, let's talk about these buses. Or there's one that's like a bus and the other one's a train, I think. Yeah, in the middle of the map. So you guys can see these things have flat walls as well, so you can wall run on these, but really, it's not that useful. Like, there's nowhere that you can really go with these that benefits you all that much, so I typically stay away from it. The one thing I will do is if I'm spawning over here and the enemy team is coming through like this alleyway, like, you know, kind of filtering out of their spawn, instead of coming around this corner and going like this, which is like the obvious thing to do, I'll come over here and I'll jump like this. So you come around the corner a little bit faster and you're a little bit higher up. So from their perspective, they're expecting you to be there. They're like checking that and that. But if you come around up top flying across, it's going to be tougher for them to get you. They can't really pre-aim you like that. So that's a little slight advantage you can use. But overall, the bus and the train really aren't that useful on this map. Now, the main part you want to worry about on this map is this right here. This like giant billboard in the middle of the map right above BDOM. This is what connects everything. So you can get from one spawn to the other very, very quickly without ever touching the ground. I'll show you guys that right here. So you have two options from each spawn. So one is you can wall run along this wall like this, stay completely hidden, and then come across like this. You use a little bit more boost. It's not quite as streamlined, but it's still pretty good. So you guys can see that's pretty easy. So you can, again, do it back the other way. I'm going to jump up like this, jump over this wall, get back over to the wall, boom. And for the most part, you stay pretty hidden from the enemy team spawn. Now, another way you can do it that's a little bit more streamlined, but you do reveal yourself a little bit more, is to go like this. So you guys can see, now they can see you from their spawn, but you are a little bit quicker, and overall, it's a little bit more streamlined. You don't use quite as much boost. And again, you can do it the other way, like this, and just kind of land even with that angled part, and boom, you guys got it. So yeah, that's how you link it spawn to spawn. Now, there are a few other things you can do. One in particular is on this side that I really like. So we're going to come back here. We're going to string this together. What we're going to do is, you know, say I spawned over here and there are people camping up in that window and we want to take them out. Or actually, I'll show you guys how to get to the windows first. So this is super simple. If you're wall running on this thing here, obviously, rather than going back there, you can just link it to this and boom, climbing in your windows, snatching your zombie mannequin heads up. That's how you can do that. And then again, you can come back this way. And if you want to get to the other window, boom, just like this, in the window, taking them out. Do whatever you want to do. So that's obviously pretty good. But the thing is if somebody's up in that window, they're going to have a slight advantage. Like if they're looking like this and then you all of a sudden come through the window, they're just going to start spraying you. And oftentimes they're going to win that gunfight. So that's good if you know somebody's not up there. But what happens if somebody is up there? Well, you can't actually loop all the way around their building, and this one's really useful. So what we're going to do is we're going to get up to this this top, kind of like, you know, BDOM billboard thing, and rather than running in that window, we're going to jump around to this house. You guys will notice, if you keep your crosshairs straight right there, you're going to fly back into the enemy team spawn, which is not what you want. So instead, what we're going to do, we're going to come back here, and we're going to turn our crosshairs as we turn this corner, and look at that. We just got right on top of their back spawn deck, and it's super quick, and usually enemies won't see you because they aren't going to be looking up there. You know, coming from their spawn, they're going to spawn like here where they can't see you. And then if they're spawning over here, they aren't really going to see somebody coming around that corner really quick. So it's just, it's super, super good. So you can just, you know, kind of come around here. You can shoot people in the spawn if you need to, or you can just come straight in here and take this guy out, and then boom, all of a sudden you're in their spawn building. You're kind of controlling their spawn, watching as they filter out from each side and stuff like that. So that's one of my favorite flank routes, the one that goes around that corner, and it's one that I literally use every single time that I play this map, and I highly recommend that you guys use it as well. So yeah, that's just kind of like the main section of the map. That's the biggest tip as a part of this episode, is just use this, and you can use this to chain around back to the back sides of the decks back there. You can use it to chain into the windows. You can use it to get an elevated position on B-Dom, like if you're playing domination, you know, people are on B-Dom. You can come across like this and shoot them and then drop down on the flag, be able to capture it, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. So obviously that's a big deal. Now, over on this side of the map, there's really not all that much. Like I said in the start of this video, you can't wall run on these, which is kind of unfortunate. But I will show you guys two little tricks that I have. So we'll start off with the one that's not quite as good. This one over here. So just, you know, obviously this car is a very popular spot in any game mode, like, you know, TDM, anything. You'll find somebody here, especially like, you know, hard point. There's actually a hard point right here, stuff like that. People use that to control this side of the map. So if you want to be able to take those people out, if you spawn over on this side, what I'll do is I'll just kind of come like this, and then you can jump across like this. And you get kind of a jump on them, but it's not nearly as good as the other side. So I'll show you guys the other side right here. A lot of people that I see will wall run along this wall right here and then try to jump across like we just did. And that's not bad. But the one that you want, as you guys can see, this elevated part of the house is what you want to wall run to. And most people don't realize you can wall run on that. So you go like this. Get up here, jump across the big face, and then jump like this. And look at this. You literally land inside the hill to be able to take people out, which is obviously very, very useful. You already have the car as cover from people coming from the garage and the spawn stuff back there. It's especially useful in a hard point. Like I said, there's a hard point there. So when I'm playing a hard point, I always put the gravity spikes on my class for hard point on this map. And then I'll come like this. Boom. Boom, dude. It absolutely annihilates people right in the middle of that hard point. So, yeah, that's a fun little thing there. And overall, it's good for taking out people that are sitting here camping behind this car. So, just make sure you guys keep that in mind. Now, finally, last but not least, one last thing I do want to show you guys is this side of the map over here. You can actually jump on the other side and still play. So, it's something that you only have a couple of seconds. You guys can see here, you have 3 seconds before you have to get back in. But that's actually, like, it's kind of useful to take people by surprise sometimes. If you're here on the hard point and somebody throws a grenade, you can hop out here, wait for the grenade to blow up, and then hop back in, as long as you actually get in on time. That was kind of embarrassing there. But, yes, you can hop out and hop back in. Or sometimes, like, if I see the UAV and there's a large group of enemies coming, like, say they're, you know, coming down here, what I'll do is I'll hop in here and just wait for them and kill them as they come around the corner, and then hop out. And boom, so you can do it like that. So you don't have too much time. You got to be careful with the time, but it's actually pretty, you know, useful because people don't expect you to be in this spot. They aren't used to people being there. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys use these little tips and tricks on NUK3TOWN and just, you know, kind of make your own combos too. I showed you guys some of the main ones that I use, but there's literally unlimited. Like if you're here and you want to get up in your second story spawn building, look at this. Easy as pie. Boom. So there's literally unlimited combinations you guys can put together. There's so many good, you know, surfaces to be able to wall run on this map. Just keep in mind the main ones that I showed you in this video, and you should be having some more success on NUK3TOWN. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Let's see if we can get a 10 here. Oh, way too hard. We went off. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.